started in the club in 1976 in the Mike program. Played squirts, peewees, bantams, and then into high school. The big thing that we had then that I'm seeing a lot of now, which is good, is a lot of parent involvement.
Do it for not just for their own kids, but for other kids as well. And they're very passionate about the game and passionate about kids and making every opportunity available for kids to play hockey.
We've got coaches, youth coaches that are very skilled and knowledgeable about the game, and I see everybody kind of pulling on the rope in the same direction.
Their ability to drive the kids and teach them and build their skills, both on the ice and off the ice, are critical to our long-term success.
The larger the group, the better you have the opportunity to combine resources and talents that people have and allow kids to compete with and against people of their own abilities. The better chance you have of maximizing the development of each kid.
It's our job as a youth hockey organization to really produce, good, well-rounded athletes to play at whatever level they aspire to be at.
Kids want to be competitive, play at that competitive level, and they push themselves to play wherever that bar is.
We're in an ice crunch, not only in Woodbury, but the East Metro. The club this year is going to rent about 800 hours of ice outside of Woodbury. Now with the opening of the second high school with East Ridge, our attempts to try to rent ice in Cottage Grove, for example, we're only going to get about 50 hours of ice in Cottage Grove. Wakota is limited. So now we're having to travel all the way as far as River Falls, and as the club continues to grow, our challenges for ice are only going to continue.
All the other clubs around here, Stillwater, Tartan, South St. Paul, they're kind of tapered off in their growth. But Woodbury, like I said, we keep adding a couple teams every year to our mix, and we don't see the end in sight.
Girls hockey, when we first started, we were really having a difficult time just getting enough kids for teams. We now have 2 teams at almost every level. Girls are interested in playing hockey now.
Probably in the next couple of years we'll be up over 1,000 hours of ice that we need. And even with a third sheet, we're still going to be running ice outside of Woodbury. The expectation is that the club, the Woodbury Area Hockey Club, is going to be asked to help finance the third sheet also. Not, probably to the tune of, well beyond $500,000.
Every major organization in the state that has long-term success, right, has a significant dry land component. We don't have a culture of dry land training yet, and it's been hampered by our access to facilities both here at Muhlenberg and just in general. From an athletic training perspective, it's one of the most important things, especially at the younger ages, and we have to afford that type of development, that athletic development that can be done off ice, on ice, it doesn't matter. We can't wait for the city or anyone else to solve that problem for us. We're going to have to proactively go out and solve it on our own.
It's important for kids to get involved in any activity, no matter what it is.
Being competitive and having fun at the same time again, it all comes back to fun. If you want to come back to the rink, you want to keep playing, that takes care of a lot of issues.
Dedication, communication, respect, sacrifice, all those things are every bit as important as anything that we teach skill-wise or ability-wise.
Teaches you teamwork. I think that carries on into your work life as you get out of hockey and get into your career.
Those are some of the things that kids can get out of the game.
5 years down the road, we want to be in the same sentence as Wayzata, Edina, those types of organizations. And I think that's in progress, but I think there's still a little ways to go. Contribution from the membership can come in many different shapes and sizes, and every little piece counts, because at the end of the day, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and ultimately, the time you spend, the money you donate, the opinions that you provide, the commentary, right, all helps to provide a better setting in one way, shape, form, or